Day 30. Again, I'm encumbered. Hello. John Megacycle here. Welcome, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Another episode of 7 Days to Die. Our last in the series, I feel. Or the season. I keep calling them seasons or whatever. If folks want to see more 7 Days to Die from me, we can always play more. But I think this is going to be a really good start, really good introduction for someone who might be new to the game. But also a fair treat for those that might be veterans. Get out of here. We're at level 48? 58? What level are we? Another wheel. Hot damn. Keep forgetting. We're level 48. Not too shabby. Adrenaline rush. Oh, yeah. Armor doesn't slow you down when you're in combat, right? Now that we have that, that might justify significantly heavier armor. Steel on everything. I still have some, like, leather chest plate thing. Oh, God! Okay, that scared me. That gave me the startles. Good job, drone. Yeah, the old parking garages, I feel, had way more third floor and cars. way more third floor. What's twinkling over here? Oh, just a lamp. Oh.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, me too. Alright, so the top was over here. Remember, the other parking garages had way more third floor. Parking garages are also really fun places to make a stand on day 7. Statement, not a question. Yep, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. They're very open. So what happens is the enemies fan out. They don't all single path in like you might hope. But because, look at the birth of this thing. This is very wide. Lots of enemies can come up. You can thin them really well. So some junk turrets here. Some actual fortifications. Maybe a little bit of fake wall or something. Kind of push the enemies in a certain way. This thing's fake. Boop. It works out very nicely. And because the floor and all of that is stone, it's not just going to collapse. Like, the floor is not going to collapse under you. This is like 2,500? 5,000, wow. Yep. That's a lot of hit points. Oh, this is a lot of loot. I don't think the old parking garage has had a loot room. Quote-unquote loot room. Don't need, don't care. Don't care, we'll take. And then immediately discard for something else in a minute. Drink. Scrap. I didn't find enough of the stuff to keep anyway. A skirt? No, thank you. I have no need for high fashion.
Master, we are not alone.
Yeah, but neither are they. It's fine. We all get lost once in a while, but we all eventually find our way. They're gonna find their way at the back end of my kabammer! Boom! We got another one here? Kabammer! That's my version of El Kabong. What was it? Quick Draw McGraw? And his alter ego, El Kabong. He just enters the scene on a rope and then smashes someone in the face with a guitar, with an acoustic guitar. Come on! Wham! I don't know why. That was the funniest thing for me. I don't know why. But it's like what if Quick Draw McGraw or El Kabong was in like an interview? It's like, okay, you're a superhero. What do you do? I hit the bad guy with my kabonger. Okay. Interesting. I'm taking notes. Give me a moment, please. Do you, like, what does that actually do? Does that stun the enemy so you can talk to them later? Or, like, how does that work? It's like, no, I'm hitting them in the face with a guitar. That's most likely, unfortunately, gonna kill the bad guy. But, like, that it was dressed up like it was, like, a children's superhero kind of a thing made me chuckle, like, all the time.
Incoming enemies.
Hi.
Prepare for conflict.
Yep. So anyway, come on, wham! Hit him with the guitar. Uh-huh. Some grilling crap. You had one shot and you ruined it. Oh, proper mob storm. That was a proper mob storm. Yeah. How are you still up? Are we good now? At about day 5 in older versions, I thought, you'd always come across... Oh, what's happening? You'd always come across, like, a mob of mobs. Maybe a dozen or so. But all at the same time and stuff. Okay, now you chase me. Come on. Come on. Catch the survivor. But I don't think I've seen any, like, tons of... Like, a flash mob worth of mobs. Which I'm not really complaining about. It's just interesting, because I thought in older renditions, that was a far more regular occurrence.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
It's fine. Come on. Well, Drone, you walked in front of it. I didn't want to shoot you. Man. Okay. Can I give you stuff? Some of this stuff is common, but again, the chance for me to find a lot of duplicates of vitamins in a hardware store or Magnum rounds in a hardware store, I feel is close to nil, so I'm not super gonna freak out about it. I don't want that. I do want... Nope. Wasn't there something I missed? No. Also, I thought in earlier versions, zombies were far more... what's a good word? Excitable about a player making a lot of noise. Like, using their gun in a crowded building would alert way, way more zombies than what does now. Again, not complaining, kinda don't care. I think we've got the resources to dispatch any zombie. Especially if it's any, like, one zombie. Yep. Wrench. Okay. Got it. This was a fall into situation. Take all that. Hello, drone. My fat ass keeps breaking these fake panels or whatever.
Prepare for conflict.
Oh, oh, hey, little guy. Still terrifying. It's like a speak and spell and some other terrible toy had offspring. Not the band Offspring, mind you. That's a good band, but yeah, the other thing. I didn't realize I needed to eat. I need to eat badly. Yeah, I didn't concern myself with food while we were in the last 2 POIs. 27 ought to get us a little safer. Okay. I don't need all these tools. I must have already scrapped the other ones. That was easy. That was fun. I like that. Quick draw McGraw indeed. Toilet pistol? Toilet pistol? Nope. Okay. That's fine. So, plan for the rest of this episode is we're going to clear out this POI. It's a new POI. I'm not familiar with it.
Picked up something.
Awesome. We're going to clear this POI, head back to the trader, see what's available. 31 is the next time the stores are going to recycle their stock. So I'm not going to wait for that because, yep. So I'm not super... Oh, this looks like a... Oh, trash compactor probably. I think that was the point of this. But yeah, we'll just knock out another quest or two. Talk about the game in its current state. And then just go from there. Well, I guess no point in waiting, so let's just get at it. Can I help you? Here at Workin' Stiff Tools, we want to make sure you get all the satisfaction you can get. Wham! Break off his head. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna have to work for that. The current state of the game. So, at least from what you've seen me play on YouTube, or maybe you haven't, but from what I've put on YouTube, I've played a season of A16, A18, and now A20. Been skipping revisions of the game. Not for any particular reason, but there's so much other stuff I want to record and do. This whole season is going to cost... Cost isn't the right word. But 30 days. Each recording has been on an average of 1 hour to 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then in addition to all that, I have to do editing and for the audio side. Because there's been sometimes I've been jump scared. So I want to make sure that that's clean and level. Also, the time to render the video, to put in my intro, the outro, and whatever other nonsense I want to put in the middle. Either like a middle break or something. That all takes a lot of effort. And it's a lot of time to play a singular game that has as much content as this one does. Not trying to be weird or anything, but it's like there's other games I need to get up and play. If I play the same game for too long, it just kind of burns me out a little bit. We can always play more of this if we want, if anyone asks or whatever. If we get a lot of people being like, hell yeah, 7 Days to Die all the time. Like, stream that stuff too, or whatever. Can totally do that. But I want to break into other stuff like Creeper World. That's an amazing RTS I really enjoy playing. And I want to get into that. And I got to catch up on some other tech projects and stuff. But where we're at with the state of the game, I feel it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. Food is a lot more tied down, a lot better, a lot more figured out. Definitely the food. Definitely. The candy added to the game, I think, is a little overpowered. We didn't experiment with anything in this season, but I've seen it before and I've read the notes and everything. I know all the candy that's here. But the thing is, I kind of feel it's a little overpowered for the cost, but that's fine. I'm glad you can't make candy. I think it's something you can only buy. Keep hearing creaky McCreaks.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Combat's good. The skills are good. I think all that stuff is well figured out. Oh, hello. I hear a puppy. I hear a puppy. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Sorry. What else? What else is, like, really good about the game? Oh, I think the item quality stuff. That was something that was very different in A16. Quality of an item was rated in, like, hundreds or something. Now, item quality is rated in a 1 through 6. Very straightforward, 1 through 6. You could just take a look at an item, and you would know very factually how that item stacks against other items. Now you can also compare stats, which is more helpful because I'm more of an analytical person myself. I like to do a little bit of min-maxing where I can, but it's not the only thing I'm going to do, right? That's kind of how I play. I want to make for very sure my choice of weapon is the best for whatever situation, and I'm making a clear decision as to why I had it and chose it and whatever. So this whole rigmarole leads all the way to that mystery room we already popped, right? I can't crack that because I don't have any fuel. Oh, I think I have some lockpicks. The skills have changed, like, what? 3 times since A16 or something? And I think the skills are way better. So even though in this case I'm going very sciencey, right? The engineering side, the turrets, the robotics, all that stuff. Even though I went this route, there's still plenty of other playstyles for other people to have. Let's toss it. I'm not gonna repair it. I'm not gonna sell it. Just nuts to it. You could go farmer. You could go hunter, like out there hunting for meat and stuff. You could go brawler. We haven't actually tapped any of the weapons. Let's put that there for a second. Let's take a brief look at that because I have 3 points. For boomstick, yep, boomstick, there it is. This is where we get better and better shotguns, or at least using them better. Stun enemies for 6 seconds. Increased chance to dismember. If shotgun meats were still a thing, you'd be hitting those clay ducks and be considered a shotgun pro. There's a lot of good stuff here. The only reason I'm not dumping into here is because I have to go through a completely different tree. I'd have to go down strength, which isn't bad, but there's not a lot in here I really want aside from maybe heavy armor. Specialize in shielding yourself in iron and steel, becoming unstoppable behemoth on the battlefield. Reduce heavy armor movement and stamina penalty by 5%. Improve durability by 50%. That's ridiculously good. But we have maxed out his intellect, which gives me electrocutioner, which is stun batons. Meh. Not bad. Maybe I need to give it a go, because 5 points, boom, that's done. It would give me what? 50% more damage and stun victims 100% longer. That's not terrible. It's just not really my first go-to, you know? I don't care about clay. I'll take that. Awesome. Let's get moving. I have a trader to chat with and a lot of crap to dump off. Lazy Spa, Damn Foe, Y Pizza, Tony Taco. Is it all one? Is it Damn Phony Pizza? Is that? No idea. I need to go that away. What else? Vehicles, much cleaner. Whoa. I remember in A16, I believe it was A16, you had to build a vehicle from parts, and based on how you built the vehicle, that really played out its performance. So if you had a really bad motor or something, you get bad fuel efficiency. Corona wipes. If you had bad wheels, I can't even remember what all the stuff is. But you would mix and match a bike. Now it's just an engine. It's a battery. It doesn't matter what kind of battery. When the vehicle's built, the vehicle's built. That's it. There's not a lot of farting around about it. There we go. There's not a lot of farting around about it. My motorcycle is the exact same as your motorcycle. Done. I think that was a very necessary simplification of a system that didn't need to be complex in the first place. So I think that was an excellent choice. The addition of teammates, like oh my god, come on. In this case, the robotic turrets, the robotic drone, the sledge turret. I think this is all amazing. It makes one-player gameplay much more doable against a horde without having to resort to, you know, explosives.
Great job.
I'll take another triple armor pocket mod. The machete sells nice.
been a real pleasure. You
It
watch yourself
really
out there.
has. Cool. Now I'll only ever be encumbered by 4. And now is the perfect time to have a discussion about heavy armor. Heavy armor super sucks when you're already crazy encumbered and you have bad stamina regen and it sucks. Now that most of our kit
I think you guys
isn't subject to encumbrance, or that's a weird way to say it. I'm not going to be encumbered nearly as often anymore. So, I don't need that. Oh, I guess that is a mod that went on my vehicle, but I sold it and I don't care. Sell, sell, sell. All these baton parts. Get out of here.
Thank you, Survivor. Check back soon. I get
Oh,
to
I'm
watching guys daily.
not done with you yet, Slappy. Hold on. Now that we've gotten Lucky Looter to level 4, one of the things that's actually a little crazy is exactly how much stuff we're gonna get. I don't care about that. I want the wheel, I want that, I want the battery. I don't need more oil. I don't need more mech parts. I don't need more electrical parts. I just made another 10,000 this run. This is great.
You come back sometime.
Yep.
Oh, I do love an adventure.
You're adorable. That's all I have to say about that. You're absolutely adorable. Any books? I forgot if I checked earlier for books. Most of this is all crap I've sold you. Yeah, traders have on average, what, 4 pages? And this guy's got like 9. It's beautiful when all that stuff is mine. Steel leg armor is worse. Steel gloves are better. What do I have? Oh, I've got like military gloves, level 6 or something. I'm not dumping that easily. No way. No way, no how, no how, no way. If I had another 40,000,
Needed. Come back soon.
that would be cool. I love it. It's still, oops. It's still incredibly minimalist of a base, you know? There's not a lot of thrills to it. So I'm home. I'm going to turn this on. That activates this thing. And that gives us one side of protection. So to make this a little easier, just for simplicity's sake, there's a turret. There's a turret. This door shuts. I now have 3 ways of protection-ish. I have a lot of stuff. Let's see here. This. Reload. All of my parts should be... All of my gear and all my stuff should just be ready to go. Where's the motorcycle again? I want to make sure that is full to the tippiest of tip-tops. Oh, one more thing. Okay. Alright. I had my fun. Alright. That goes there. That goes there. That goes in my belly. That also goes in my belly. Shotgun ammo. .762. What skill branch has assault rifles? If it's not strength. So Pummel Pete's going to be bats, clubs and bats, Skull Crusher, sledgehammer, boomstick, shotgun, right? Is it agility? Archery, gunslinger. So handguns and SMG. Deep cuts are going to be axes. Oh, knives or machetes, not axes. Ooh, excuse me. Is it fortitude, brawler? Oh, machine gunner is what's going to be assault rifles. Fortitude wouldn't be a bad branch to go down, considering it also has all the recovery perks. Javelin, demolitions, Deadeye meaning sniper, which we're already at level 5 here, so it wouldn't be too hard. This is rifles. So rifles and assault rifles, or machine guns, are different. Machine guns. Unlocks the AK-47. So the AK-47 is considered a machine gun. That's cool. I think I'm fine just sitting on some points. Treasure Hunter would be cool-ish if it wasn't for Perception level 7. It's not bad, but the thing is, like, the first thing doesn't really matter because I have an auger, right? You can find it closer, faster, stronger, better, longer, whatever. It doesn't really matter because I have the auger. The more items in buried treasure isn't bad, but that's 3 skill points. It's kind of a waste, in my opinion. I do want to clean out, but let's get to... No, where's the... No. This. Toggle active. 3 kilometers? What? Oh, wow. Really? Nope. That's not going to happen this season. Sorry, Raphael. Maybe, nope. That. These stay with me. Oh, these are steel tool parts. That would have been good to sell. Alright, that stays there. This goes here. That's your new home. Another wheel, more fuel. Steel. Tough glue. That looks like it. Okay. Pop that. That goes in there. Come back down. Steel tool parts go in there. Droney boy stays with me. Armor goes in here. Robotics go in here. I have enough stuff, I think, for another level 5 turret. How much steel do I have? 22? I don't think so. Turret. 40 forged steel. Holy crap. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, I do have a crucible, though. I would need a lot of steel. So how much steel do you take? 20 iron for 1 steel. That's not terrible, but that's still really expensive. We're going to turn you off. Cool. Oh, I need all kinds of crap to repair you. For 9 hit points. Nuts to that noise. You pop in there. What else? Oh, another thing I want to mention about the state of the game is modability. This game has really come a long way in that regard alone. Modability, absolutely. There's 3 or 4 repositories for 7 Days to Die mods. Implementing them is very simple. You drag and drop into a folder. That's it. It's super done. It's very easy. I don't want vitamins. I never remember to take them. It's kind of a pain. Woodstone, repair kits, liquid. I need food. I think I've got a bunch of boiled bric-a-brac in here. I do. Awesome sauce. And let's eat that up. Let's boil up some water. Bjold? Ah, yes, bjold water. Let's do that. I mean, all of that. Thank you. Nothing I need done in there. Nothing doing in here except making me AP ammo. We have some more concrete. Yeah. Concrete? Concrete mix, right. It looks delicious to me. I don't know why. Wouldn't mind a little bit more, so let's do that much. Because this is going to have to be turned into sand. Oh, whoops. Wow, that's fast. Okay, but seriously. How much did I need? How much crap do I have? 455. So I need 406. Dang. I never realized it went that fast. Yeah. You know what? Nuts to it. Why not? Let's do it. I am wet somehow. Let's go check out Raphael's map. What's the best way to do that? West and then north or whatever, I guess. Wait to the end of town and then we'll just go northwest over it. This will give us a nice opportunity to just chit-chat about the game and everything. Honestly, when I first came across 7 Days to Die, I didn't think the game was for me. I don't care for horror stuff. It doesn't trip my trigger. It doesn't excite me. That kind of stuff doesn't do much. The base building and stuff is really what got me interested in 7 Days to Die, and I think it's been implemented and done pretty darn well. I have my auger. Hold on. Do I have my auger? I do. Do you have fuel? I should probably scrap some cars and get some fuel. So for that kind of a gamer that I am, I think they did a very good job getting me hooked into this kind of a genre, which is the horror style genre, right? That kind of says something when I'm a gamer that doesn't usually play horror games, and now I'm playing a horror game. I think that's an interesting thing. It's almost like if I can ever get somebody to play a real-time strategy game, like Command & Conquer Generals, or OpenRA, or anything really. StarCraft 2, Forged Alliance Forever, which is Supreme Commander. Oops, excuse me. A bit of a hiccup there. Whenever I can get somebody excited about a game like that, that's super cool. Getting someone out of their comfort zone and trying to experiment with something new. I think that's pretty cool. So again, like playing a game like this was not at the top of the charts. It was not something that interested me kind of at all. But the whole idea of manipulating the environment, being able to build a base, leveling up, like it has RPG elements and all this stuff, and that's kind of what sucked me into it. And I've enjoyed it. Yeah, I played the crap out of it. I mean, this is our 3rd season or whatever. Yep, I remember. I died here. Gold. Awesome. Okay. I knew that was a little bit of a loot room, so plonk. That's a deer that I'm not going to murdicate. So I don't know. I'm always fascinated when I can, about my brain and stuff, when I can find a game that it's like, I take a first look at it and I'm like, I don't think I'd care for that. And then I either read some Steam reviews or watch a YouTuber on the game and get their take on it. And be like, okay, maybe this might be something I might like. And then I try it on my own, and then it's like, huh, I'm genuinely surprised. This is pretty neat. I did not think I was going to like this, but I like this. So 7 Days to Die for me really started off in that kind of a thing. I had a friend or two that were really into zombies, just love zombies. Pick a thing, if it has zombies in it, that's their deal, awesome. So I actually started playing this game by myself a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I think Bra would really enjoy this game. So I got him in, and we were both playing like crazy. It was hook, line, and sinker. Me and one other person. A lot of fun. Had a good time with it. We were unsure about the system, the mechanics, the how things work, the everything. So it was genuinely fresh and new. And it was exciting, like for me. Like, yeah, I play a lot of games. That's very true. But, you know, Okay, cool. I must have tried to hit right, and I accidentally hit eject, or whatever. A game like this was exciting because I really wanted to explore it further, and I thought I really hit a niche with this game. I mean, granted, I put hundreds of hours into this game. I advertise it to my friends. I'm like, hey, if you like Minecraft, but you want it to be, like, you know, a little more survival-y or a little more, you know, risk-takey or whatever, and it's not so simple or whatever, you need a little bit more advanced, I recommend 7 Days to Die. If you like the horror genre, it might be right up your street. Oh, craps. Okay. I have to go... Let's go south a little bit. Yeah, perfect. It ends right here. So this kind of hit a real niche with me for whatever reason, but I think it's a really good culmination with the maturity of the game thus far. I can't honestly think of very much I would need changed or improved aside from entities and how they operate. The I'm going to drop a turret, please don't drop it through the earth would be really cool. If, you know, that's something that still aggravates me a bunch. But aside from that, everything feels good. I don't know if resources need more adjusting. This is a trader. I don't know who this trader is. Right? Cool. 5. It seems like the traders are always on the northeast side of the area. Oh, this is Trader Jen, I think. I don't want that. I don't need to search your stuff.
If
Yep.
you were here to buy, I've got the best selection of medicine in the wasteland.
That's very comforting. Will you take this thing? No? Okay, well, you can just take it then. I don't want the lead, and I don't want the battery. I know we just met, and I'm dumping a bunch of stuff on you, but thanks for the money. I really appreciate it. I already have... and I just sold you all that crap. I have enough money for at least a book. Ranger's Guide to Archery, Volume 4. Jen, you're getting attacked. Oh, robotic drone schematic. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Yeah? Yeah.
Thanks for the business. Stay safe out there.
No, thank you for your business, ma'am. Much obliged. Much obliged. And I'm gonna deal with that zombie that's thumping on your frickin' wall. Or... Did I hallucinate that? No, I super didn't hallucinate that. On a scale of 1 to hallucinate, I didn't hallucinate that. Alright, we're just gonna go at an easy pace while I check my email, because I've been getting swarmed by the work. I don't know what somebody did, but somebody broke a thing. Ow. Kids, don't check your work emails and drive. Not safe. Okay. It's a Saturday. I'm gonna have to sign in. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Or is it Sunday? I don't know what day it is. Nuts to it. I'm not gonna go through the town. This is crap. That is beautiful. That took some work, I'm sure, to make that. Just gonna scoot our way north. Oh, wasteland. Look at that. Well, look at that. Now, I've heard from someone that depending on where you're at, what biome you're in, what I've heard is the loot is different. If you're in a harder biome, there's a multiplier for loot. So, for example, I'm in the wasteland. I from what I was told, I don't know if this is true or not. Oh my god, a level 5 chainsaw? Maybe it is true. That's a very high-end item. What I've been told is, like, if you're in the temperate zone, the regular green zone, loot is normal. But if you're in a harder biome, stuff is a lot better. Okay, I'm not convinced on the steel knuckles. I'm still convinced on the chainsaw, though. We've already killed a fair... What the hell was that noise? That's a vulture. The other thing, I don't know what that was. Ow. Vulture? No. He's scram-a-lammed. And by that, I mean he got a face full of frickin' baton. We're right next to it. You can come with me. So we're gonna do what we normally do. That. I want that. Cool. That's a vulture. So find right exactly where this is. Be on top. Oh, yeah, right there. So I'll just put a turret there. Turret here. We'll be in the middle. We'll walk away with a fair amount of clay out of this if this takes a while. Now, I think we just cut like this, horizontally. I think it always goes like 4 spots or 3 spots below the surface. So I cut down like 4 and then I cut sideways. That usually works. Stay tuned how it doesn't work, but... Or I might be standing on top of it, which would be funny. You are getting closer to the treasure. Getting closer to the treasure. Am I even in the right time zone? Yeah. Super. Thing is, because my treasure hunting skills are so crap, this might genuinely take a minute or two, even with the auger. But that would, this is actually pretty nice. We'll be able to clean the table of all our quests. Now I'm just starting to clear spots so we can get more, you're nearby or whatever. This part of the game, also huge improvements. Treasure hunting used to suck, now it sucks less, which is good. Yeah, really happy with how the game has come along for all this time. It's locked? I have to unlock it? Well, I mean, that makes perfect sense. But come on, I already busted my chops with all the digging. Ah, you suck. Come on now. No need to be that way. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Okay. There we go. Looking up is easier than looking down. I almost want to raid a wasteland POI. Maybe? I believe what my buddy said in Discord, but seeing with your own eyes is kind of something else, right? Okay, nothing spectacular there. Maybe it's just looted, like, hello? Maybe it's just like treasure rooms or something. Is it supposed to be wheel screeching? That's a bear, which I will not be engaging. You get to live another day, Mr. Bear. Why don't you consider that? That's another bear. Oh, those are zombie bears. They are not worth meat. They might be worth testosterone. That is unsettling as hell. Okay. I would actually like to head back. I want to finish this whole thing at home, and it's already 4 o'clock. Okay. Ooh, what are you? You're a new one. Golly. Terrifying. Alright. Well, the wasteland has gone even more wastelandish, so that's cool. Before it was just vultures, really, that dinked around over there. Is this a good thing? Yeah, let's just try it. Whatever. Worst case, I get lost, I don't leave the game at home, and that's fine. Toot toot! Oh yeah, I forgot you could actually hit zombies. What else about the game would I say has been like a drastic improvement? Oh, player ailments for sure. Before, you'd get the little icon showing you like something's wrong. And then the bigger problem of that is like you have to actively troubleshoot now what to do about it. Which wasn't fun or helpful. Oh, a desert. Look at this. Need sand or oil shale. This is where you come for that. Agave fruit. Aloe. Aloe vera as well. I am very hot. We're going to wait until it says I have level 2 hotness, and then I'm going to go inside somewhere. A little adobe. Hold on. I want to go east, I know. Just east would be fine. Oh my god, the vultures! Why? Why are there so many? Whatever. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. I should watch where the hell I'm going, instead of talking smack. That's oil shale. Very nice. Glistening in the sun. Ah, yes. Go now, traveler. Where the desert meets the forest. And the forest... Oh, actually, it's all frost anyway. Go now. You will find answers to your quest where literally the desert meets the tundra. How interesting. I thought the game was corrected so that didn't happen. But whatever. It's not game breaking or a big deal or anything. The problem is if you're unprepared, it's literally go into one biome. Oh man, I'm too hot. I should really cool down. Step into other biome. Oh man, I'm freezing to death. I really need to warm up. Go into another biome. Oh man, it's too warm. I need to cool down. And then that forever. That's a military base. I will be skipping. There are some POIs that have landmines in them. You're usually pretty safe if you just stick to the paths. Stick to the normal walking paths, you should be fine. That's a mountain lion, I don't care. We're still uncovering new territory, that's neat. Yeah, cool that I was able to find Trader Jen. I still want to find Trader Bob, right? That's the other one, I think. Oh, snaps. Oh, snaps. Vroom vroom. You big furry jerk. I have a bit over half of our tank. Should be fine. Should be able to make it home, no problem. Yeah, bleh, yourself. Friggin'. Not teach decency anymore? Is that not a thing? They not teach civility in civics class? Oh, bugga. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Little slidey. Wait, what the hell? Really? Huh. Oh, I'm coming for ya. I thought that was something that was corrected as well, but doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. no mobs care about water. Like, there's no swimming. There's no nothing. How does this even work? Oh, was it because was I crouching? Oh, I was crouching, okay. Swimming sucks. Apparently. I should have got my bike. I don't know why I didn't get my bike. I didn't get my bike. It's too late to double back for it now. Only to have to come all the way back here for it again. I think what happens if you're on a vehicle and you get submerged in water, I think you just get straight up ejected out of the vehicle. Like, the game's just like, nah, man, homie, don't play that. And you just get booted out. Well, I hope there's not, like, watercress sandwiches in here that are susceptible to getting wet or something. Cornbread. Scrap armor bundle. Nice. Okay, I would like to drink water. Which sounds really funny, but that's still going to give me a stamina boost. I think we move a lot faster for swimming, right? I don't know. Like, swimming is such a silly mechanic. Look at all these, like, bushes and grasses and stuff that are just generated anyway. Like, it's funny. But to be fair, swimming is kind of like, I'm running out of air? I have 40 seconds of air. Who's running out of air? You or me? Actually, this seems like I'm moving faster. Not moving fast, but faster. So aside from everything that's changed about 7 Days to Die, I also looked into what I thought was a similar game called Rust. And it was not similar. I was talking with someone and they were like, yeah, Rust's like 7 Days to Die. You know, survival, base building, crafting, scavenging. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. I'll take a look. I took a look. And before I could really get a good look at it, my friend wanted to play it with me, so I bought it. And I was playing with them, and I'm like, this is nothing like 7 Days to Die. This is a different game entirely. What do you want about? And they're like, no, it's not. You craft, you survive, you scavenge, you do some crafting, you do the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, but Rust is a PvP game. 7 Days to Die is a PvE game. Like, yeah, you can fight other... Do that again. Yep, I don't know why that happens, but that happens. When I was trying to explain to the person, I'm like, 7 Days to Die is primarily a us versus the zombies game. It can absolutely be a player versus player situation, but I think the culmination of it is really, it's an us versus them thing. In Rust, it's you versus everybody. And this is a dead end, I think, if I remember correctly. I do remember correctly. Perhaps, okay. We're close to home, though, which is nice. So a game like Rust is an interesting game, but it excites me 0%. Because the thing is, there's no real RPG element. So if there's a map wipe, for example, or a server wipe, and everyone's starting from scratch, the thing is, like, there's always going to be someone that's been playing it for, like, 3 weeks straight. And then I pop on, and then it's like, I get immediately annihilated. But 7 Days to Die really pushes for a lot more cooperation, right? The way in which you build bases together, there's enough skills, you can have 4 or 5 unique players at a minimum, and some overlap easily. And everyone can have a fair shake on how to play the game and whatever, and it's super cool. So, I don't know, like, when I've seen similar games, this game interests me a lot more than, from what I've been told, is a similar game. So, I don't know. I think it's important to bring up that even with a game like this, that there's other games that I've seen and tried and played, and they just did not appeal to me nearly as much as something like this did, because of the level of cooperation this kind of pushes you to do, yeah? Yes, let's open up that kit. Whole mess of scrap I don't want, right? Do I want this? Better heavy armor. That's worse. That's worse. That's worse. That is worse. So, chest armor. Don't I have just, like, piece of crap leather armor? I have padded chest armor. This actually doesn't give... Oh, this has heavy armor rating. Explosive resistance. This is light armor rating. This is not worth the stamina, mobility, and noise issue. I don't think. I don't feel this is worth it for me. We're gonna pack up our stuff, though, and we are gonna go sell into town. Last time for the trader. Cash in our gear. And, get some loot out of it, yeah? That. 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 Okay. I'm done. Maybe not. Stay tuned. Okay, soil goes up there. Fuel goes up there. 9 mil. Right there. I do enjoy that we can get so much ammunition. I have not built a crafting station or a chemistry station or anything for any of this. Switch on. No. Actually, I don't have to remember too much because we can produce a total of... Well, I'm going to shut off now. We can produce a total of 25 watts. The turret takes 15. The 4 connectors take 1 each. That's 19. So I still have a surplus even if the turret's on. But I don't want to be too lackadaisical about it, leave it on during the day. So, it is 8 o'clock. Hello, sir.
Hello, stranger.
Stranger? Stranger? We've been the bestest of buddies this whole time. What do you mean, stranger? I just absolutely lose my mind out. I'm stranger. Alright. Yeah.
Great doing business with you.
Yeah, great doing better with you too. Let's do just a level 1. Level 1 clear. Fast food. Why not? Cap off the season with a little bit of reckless abandon. Why not? There's probably going to be fat Frankies, fat Jacks, Tubby Tims, or I don't remember what the fat. It's fat something, right? Fast Fats, fat. I don't remember the name of the place. Let's cut to the chase. I don't remember the name of the place. I knew that was gonna happen, and then that happened. This is either Highway Harry's or Hungry Harry's or whatever. Also, that's another thing. I thought it was really called Highway Harry's, but now it's Hungry Hillary or something, or Hurry Harry's. Alright. And we've already absolutely cleared this before. Cake. So we'll do a quick blitz. And then we'll do it again. There we go. I just want the loot room. That's all I'm looking for. This comes out. This isn't the whole loot room, is it? There's half the restaurant that I didn't get. That couldn't have been it already. Nope, locked. Was that everything? Huh, okay. Remember me from like 16 seconds ago? Now this guy that was still spawned, redoing a POI does not redo the entities inside of it. We've seen that before with our turrets. We've left turrets on accident inside of a POI, and that paid off very well. Same thing with zombies, same thing with animals, same thing with anything. Nothing affects the entities. Cool, we've already wrapped it up. Let's see if we can cash it in before he closes. That would be dope. Doubtful, but that would be pretty dope. Cool. Don't care. Go, go, go! Yeah! Boom! I didn't get thrown off. Vehicle got hurt very minimally, if anything. Worked out great. Looking back at our bases, I believe this is still my favorite base that we've set up. The Ultra Minimalist takes all of the stress of resource acquisition, base construction, base maintenance, base support, all the stuff we have to do to maintain a very large base is nil points. It's nothing. There's nothing we have to do. We got more than enough food and supplies through scavenging. So by pushing on scavenging very early, that was a massive help. We were able to get a lot done. Just gonna plunk that there. I don't have time to unpack it.
Just to let you folks know that Trader Joel's will be closing soon.
It must be my lucky day. Thank you. And
You're welcome. Gas can recipe, amazing. Sell, then I don't care. Sell, all the stuff, don't care. Sell. You still don't want that? Are you sure? Sell. We're done.
Gratitude.
Yep.
Safe
Enjoy my crap I left you and kick me out already. I'm just gonna sit here and eat right in front of you, because that's a weird thing to do and I'm doing it.
Trader Joel's is now closed.
Cool, that'll take up literally the one bullet that's right there, the one shell or whatever. Awesome. Okay. What a way to wrap up stuff. Really quick quest, got that knocked out. We double cleared it as well. I am beat. Alright. Crank on the searchlights. Let's rearm the turrets. This template also can be taken to anywhere you want to go with the base. But this little hole in the ground thing, if you want to build a mega base on top of it or whatever, you still have like your private sugar stash, right? Like you're an ant, you're saving up for the winter, or is it the grasshopper? Whichever animal in the story saved whatever for the whatever. How about that? Here's your 9 minutes worth of fuel. Go ahead and kick that off. Normally I would shut it off immediately because I don't need it running and I don't need it to generate the heat. So actually, let's just turn that off. But it's all queued up for us if and when we come back. Here's another box of ammunition, which is great. Yeah, that's awesome. So here's all the meat back. We could probably go raid the pig farm again and get all kinds of meat. Yeah, it barely sells for 1 monies per. Just slightly higher, which is not very appealing. I'd like you to crank out more concrete mix. Thank you. I'm almost out of stone, which isn't bad. I'm glad we're using up these resources. Having a bunch of resources and not using them is kind of dumb anyway, so... that looks good to me. Let's eat a little more, drink a little more, be a little merry, yeah. Enjoy ourselves. Money. And that's a sellable. Boop. I have coal and metal. Food and drink. I'm just gonna drink that up. And I'm just gonna eat this up. Our skills were also really good choices, I believe. Moving through perception first and getting Lucky Looter up to a good level really helps, considering how much of your in-game economy is based on you scavenging. If you could produce... Well, you could do it without scavenging. You could do it with harvesting metal. You do that for mining. You could plant crops for foodstuffs. Like, you could get by on some stuff without scavenging, but heck, we just found a level 5 chainsaw by scavenging, so I'm going to call that a win. We played months and months ago. I spun up a server for 7 Days to Die that had 10% loot. Not 110% loot, not 10% more loot, 10% loot. So even at high levels, you were really desperate for cash. So we actually did. It was actually really cool. We actually had players creating their own economic system because trading with the trader was too expensive. So they would go through and be like, hey, barter time. I have this. Who has this? I need this. I you know, and going back and forth. It was actually really cool to see that happen. It worked out very well. I was super happy about it. It worked out very, very well. And it was a lot of fun. It was incredibly challenging because you can't just survive on your own easily. I was setting up trade routes with people. Like, one person was just, I want to be the farmer. If I can live with you, I'll do all the farming or whatever. So, like, whenever I pop on, I maintain the base. They did the farming. Then they were doing trades with other people. It's like, yeah, I was able to get a lot of food very quickly. We're doing hobo stews and sham chowders and stuff. And we got food up the wazoo or whatever. And then someone was concentrating on mining. They really spec into mining, and it was a lot of fun there. So, this game's got a lot of good potential, I feel. And even if they stop development on it tomorrow, I would actually say this is a pretty feature-full game. Or full-featured game? However you want to say that. But, yeah, I like it. The only other thing for, like, skills, like, I always find myself going down intellect. I feel it's very utilitarian. Doing a lot of quests, daring adventurer, must have. Better barter, absolutely must have. Robotics inventor, I love the 2 deployed robots. Also the fire rate being ridiculous, yeah, must have. But depends on how you want to play it. We completed bar brawling and tech nerd, tech junkie, yeah. We got a lot of other ones, though. So that's good. And the addition of these books, that's also pretty awesome, too. Allowing you to gain additional stats, score, whatever, abilities, all that. That's all pretty cool. So, yeah. My name is John Megacycle. Last of the season, day 30 of our 7 Days to Die playthrough. Thank you all for joining me. This has been a great adventure. And, yeah. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.